Hey friends, just wanted to share with you this process of canning ham and bean soup. I purchased a ham bone from Honey Baked Ham. Um, they have them right now, buy one get one free or buy one get one half off. I think it's buy one get one half off. Anyway, I purchased the ham bone. It was relatively large. I had cut off all of the meat that I could and cubed it up. I have one large quart bag of meat cubed up, and the rest of the bone and meat I have put in the in the roaster. I have a Nesco roaster that I do all of my stocks in. So I'm going to make some ham stock. The meat is in here with the bone. There's a few pieces of meat left on the bone. I've added some onions, celery, carrots, lots of water, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and salt and pepper. I will let this cook. Right now it's on 300. I'm going to let this cook overnight, and then tomorrow I will resume this process. All right, Talk, it is about 3.5 hours later. I did turn the roaster up to 350. This is how we're looking now. It is a variety of onions in here, so yellow, white, and red onions, garlic, celery, carrots, some seasoning, salt and pepper. I added some turmeric and a little dash of ginger just for flavor, and of course the ham bone. So I'm going to let this cook overnight, and I'll check back in the morning. All right, before I head upstairs to go to bed, this is the package that I'm using. This is the white bean soup mix. It is 16 ounces, so about a pound of beans, and I am soaking them in water overnight because I do plan on canning them. The instructions don't call for this, so I am deviating from the instructions here to allow for canning. And when you are pressure canning beans, you can dry can or you can can dry beans, but for my recipe I'm going to try to stick to the ball recipe that I used before, and it does call for soaking the beans. So I'm going to soak the beans overnight, and then it also had this seasoning packet in it. I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate the seasoning packet, but I do want to incorporate it. So we'll see. I'll do that later tomorrow. But I just wanted to let you know that I am soaking the beans. And these are Great Northern beans, if it doesn't say that, but they are Great Northern beans, which is one of my favorite variety of beans. All right, Talk. I completely forgot to start recording again. This is my stock. I'm going to strain it again. You'll see a lot of material at the top. It's actually really, really good. I love the color, but I didn't have cheesecloth, so that's why you see that sediment there. I have 6 quarts of ham stock. So good. And then I also soaked my beans overnight, as I told you. So here we are with that. I have a half a cup of the soaked beans in here. I also have about a half a cup of celery, onions, and carrots, as well as the seasoning packet that came in the white bean soup mix. So what I did is I sauteed the vegetables and added the seasoning packet to the actual pan, and then I evenly divided the vegetables and put them into the jars. I just used a half cup measuring cup for each of the beans and the vegetables. Now I'm going to add the ham. This is the ham that I cut off the bone yesterday, and I'm going to try to divide this evenly amongst the jars. Right now I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 pint jars, and they're going to process in the water bath canner for 60 minutes. I'm sorry, the pressure canner for 60 minutes. All right, Talk, the ham is in the jars, and they have about the same amount in each jar. I use this 1/3 measuring cup, and there was a little extra, so I just put whatever was extra in the jar so it looked a little lower. So now I'm going to add the ham stock to the 1-inch headspace line. Okay, so because I don't have cheesecloth, like I said, there was a little extra sediment in the jars. I'm going to double strain it So I'm just going to strain it again as I put it in the jars. If there's sediment in there, that's fine. It's really just seasoning and things from the vegetables and ham. I'm not too concerned about that, but I'll just do another straining as I put the stock in each jar. Okay, so I got some of the jars done. This is how they look right now. I still have to debubble, but this is the sediment that came out of the jar of the ham stock. And again, this is nothing but the seasonings that I put in there. Okay, so I used 3 quarts of the ham stock to fill these jars. I am going to debubble now. You can see that some of them are not all the way full, which is fine because with pressure canning, especially like beans and things that may expand, I want to leave an extra room, a good amount of extra room to allow for that expansion because I want to avoid any siphoning that may happen. So I'm not completely upset about, you know, it having this amount of headspace. Completely okay with that. This is so good. I will update you once I debubble and see if I need to add more stock. All right, so I apologize for the long video, but this has been a long process. But this is the jars all filled. They're very pretty. I am going to wipe the rims and then get my pressure canner ready. All right, so my steam has started and I am going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Once it has been steaming for 10 minutes, I will put my weighted gauge on and allow my pressure canner to come up to 10 pounds of pressure. So stay tuned. Okay, we are at 10 pounds per pressure and we see and hear the jiggling. So I'm going to start my timer for 60 minutes. All right, Talk, we are all done. I just took the lid off of the canner. I do let my pressure cooked items sit as long as possible. So this actually has been sitting turned off for an hour and I literally just took the lid off. So I took the pressure weight off at 30 minutes after I turned the stove off, and then I'm opening the lid another 30 minutes after that. So at the 1 hour mark, and it's done. Hang on. All right, so this is done. We have 13 pint jars of the ham and bean soup. It looks like I had a little bit of siphoning there, which is fine. It's still at the top, so it's probably me overfilling the jar. But as you can hear, they are sealing. And again, I love my superb lids. Thanks for watching.